Alright guys, my name is lilshef and welcome back to an episode of the Patreon Dynasty. As you can see, we're in the off season, and as you can see, there's been some changes. I'm no longer the head coach of the FAU Owls. Decided to move on. I'm now Colorado Buffalo, baby. Yes sir! Decided to make a change, as did a couple of other guys. UTSA stayed. He elected to stay. He had the opportunity to leave if he wanted to. Decided against it. Wyoming and UCF stayed. Army this next year will be able to leave. He jumped in at the end of season 1. So as a requirement, he had to play another 3 seasons after that. Oh, JJ McQuaid, who used to be Arkansas State, is now the head coach of the Oklahoma Sooners. Temple stayed, and the Italian went from Tulsa to Missouri. So we have 3 people in the Power 5 conferences now. I decided to go Colorado because it seemed interesting. Their roster was decent. It wasn't great, but I think we could improve upon it. But not really with the recruiting. Let's check out everybody's recruits. All right, taking a look at the recruiting classes. Oklahoma comes in at number 6, and he inherited a pretty good class. He goes, "This is the worst number 6 class I've ever seen." Man, I would love to have number 6. I'd go from, I think, number 7 down to number 91. So I definitely took a hit there. As the computer did most of this recruiting, so we're not going to really look at it. Yeah, I went from number 7 with 2 5-stars, 7 4-stars, and 9 3-stars, who are all going to be really good players, dude. And I went to a team that's not very good. But hey, I'm going to play him. I always like to play the team that I leave. This is like a personal preference of mine. So I'm going to give them a shot, see how they do. Arkansas State went from number 10 to number 6. So he moved up a little bit, not a whole lot. And then old Italian, I'm not sure where he's sitting at currently. He moved up 1 slot, so from 30 to 29. And his recruiting class isn't bad. A lot of athletes, a couple of wide receivers, and a little bit of offensive line, but his recruiting class wasn't bad either for inheriting it. And then UTSA comes in at 35. He had a pretty good class. He definitely got a lot of athletes to help round out his offense. He should have a pretty much cakewalk over there in Conference USA to take the cake from there. Army came in at 37. Sadly, no longer part of the dynasty. Decided to drop off, just didn't have the time to dedicate to it. It's all good, man. 100% understand. He is still going to be a part of the Patreon Sim dynasty, though. So be sure to keep a lookout for him there. UCF comes in at 54. A lot of offensive players I could see, like 3, 4 wide receivers, 2 halfbacks, and then secondary, and then corners and safeties and linebackers. Definitely improves his defense and offense. Looking to run the table over in his conference. Like I said, we come in at a solid 91. Some of these people I recruited, some of the people the computer did. I tried to get like 2 or 3 people. I think this outside linebacker maybe. I was just going through the board and like, yo, we'll get anybody we can. Hopefully we can get somebody that's going to stay. But the majority of these people are gone. Wyoming comes in at 101. He let the computer do a lot of it. Just hadn't been around a whole lot to get his games in. But still a decent recruiting class. A lot of defense, it looks like. But all in all, it's going to be a decent year for us. We're going to improve off that 1-11. That's for dang sure, man. We lost, what, 2 games last year? Yeah, 12-2. One of them being the conference championship. I'm happy with that. We're going to turn this Colorado team around, bring them back up to greatness since FAU is there now. And we'll see what we could do over there. But we're going to get into the rest of the offseason. We'll be right back. All right, taking a look at training results for everybody in the Dynasty that wanted to see it. We are in a world of hurt. I was telling the guys, yo, dude, I have to cut 19 people. And I'm going to redshirt like 15. It's going to be a rough season. Like, look, I move everybody that I'm going to cut to punter. Look at this. Look at that. That's like a solid 10. Like, that's just, these people not counting incoming freshmen, dude. Holy crap, dude, we're going to be in such a world of hurt. As long as we don't get injured, we should be okay. But like this halfback right here, redshirt. Bam, I need him next year because I got 2 seniors. I have 3 seniors. I'm going to redshirt him. Hopefully we can get him next year. But we are crazy hurting right now. The Italian, I don't think he said is as bad. It's a pretty young team. So we're pretty happy about the team that he's got over there. I downgraded a ton from FAU, no doubt. That team was going to be huge, going to be great, even better than it has been. My recruiting was off the chain. Like, it was a great year yet again. And we left that to go to Colorado. And Italian asked me, he's like, yo, dude, why'd you even leave then? It's like, man, why not? Like, I'd done pretty much everything I could with FAU. Already won a national championship. Like, in what, 3 years? 3 years or 4 years? Like, back-to-back conference champs at the very least. This is my first year to lose. Just losing a lot of starters. Like, I wasn't going to hurt. There was no doubt about that. That team was going to be a great team again this year. I just wanted to change the scenery, man. I like building up teams. I think FAU was already there. It sucks. Like, you spend all that time getting the people that you want if you leave. But at the same time, I like to mix it up. I like to try to keep it interesting to myself as well as to you guys. And going to Colorado is going to be pretty interesting. We're Pac-12, that's going to be nice, but we're going to be playing against a lot better opponents than we have been. That's going to be the hard part, dude. It's going to be an interesting season. I'm looking forward to seeing how we do since 3 people switched. And I think next year, a lot of people are going to get a switch again. So it's going to be pretty cool. I don't think after you make the initial switch, I don't think you're locked to any particular school, but we will see. Wasn't sure how many people we had left. UTSA, then Wyoming. UTSA is going to be a good team. I mean, he did lose his starting halfback, but it looks like he's got plenty in the waiting waiting room, trying to get more people in. Man, he's gonna be a legit threat over at UTSA for the national title. If he's not, I won't be surprised. It's gonna come down to the user games. That's typically how it works, because that's just the way we do things. Man, I like scheduling user games because that makes it interesting. If you don't have a user game, you're pretty much a guarantee to be undefeated. Not everybody. I mean, I'll lose my fair share of games. If you watch the Death Penalty series or the Team Builder series, like it's all the same way. I'll lose my fair share. It's just the way it goes. I don't rage quit, even though I would like to. I don't always do it. I have done it on occasion, but not while recording. So you know it happens. Everybody rage quits sometimes, man. But hey, we're done with training results. I think I'm actually going to include the preseason with this episode. So instead of just like 1-2 bam scouting and then off season, we're going to include the preseason with the schedules. Then the first episode will be week 1 and breaking down all that stuff. So we'll be right back. All right, we're into preseason now. Recruiting board set up, ready to roll. Redshirt players are done. Let's take a look and see where we're at, because I said we were going to redshirt a ton of people, and redshirt a ton of people we did. Quarterbacks, solid. Can't redshirt any of them, or I would have. Luckily, we're right there. Halfbacks, I have all seniors, so I'm redshirting the one that hasn't been redshirt yet, even though he's my best one. And then we're going to go from there. I think Evans is going to be my starter. He's a little bit shiftier, and he's 5'6", dude. I don't know if I've ever had a guy that small on my team. So I want to play with him a little bit. Fullback, not going to redshirt, can't afford to. I'm only going to have 4 wide receivers. I have to redshirt these other guys just to maybe have them improve some. But they're trash, and we're going to look to replace them really soon. Similarly, tight ends, unable to. Left tackle, our offensive line, we redshirt like everybody we could, dude. We have a left tackle to 82 senior, everybody else freshman. Sophomore, we're going to redshirt, because we're going to hurt if we don't. Junior, we're redshirting. What was that, 3 out of the 4 so far are seniors? So 4 out of the 5 offensive linemen are seniors. And we definitely wanted to redshirt. We're going to redshirt the junior, so we're going to have 2 juniors next year. We're going to have senior start this year. That's fine. It'd be a 78, so 80 plus, and then probably like a 77, 78 there. But he could play wherever. He could be the backup for the other side, because I got the senior here, and then we'll have 2 juniors. I'm going to need an end here before long. Defensive tackle, I got 2 seniors. I mean, I got an older squad, but hopefully the recruiting can be as good as it has been recently. Just keep going from there. I'm going to let the junior go, because if I redshirt him, the freshman will start. He'll only get one year to play. I mean, plus it's like an 11-point difference. I actually need this dude to play. So we're going to do that instead. Outside linebacker, we're redshirting the 70 overall freshman, which is nice, because I can't afford to redshirt this junior, and I won't whenever he's a senior. He's going to get a play all the way out. Same thing with this senior. I would love to, but it goes from 83 to 76. I only have 5 total, and I'm redshirting this dude. So we got to make any available cuts we can just to try to stay as a decent team. But we cut 19 people. We're redshirting like 15 people. Just anything possible to keep this team afloat next year as well as this year. And taking a look at the custom schedules, I did the best I could. I didn't want to overload everybody with the user games this year. I kind of scheduled like 1, maybe 2 for everybody, because I want the bowl games to be the user games. I think that'd be pretty sweet. I have Colorado State that was included already, rivalry game right off the bat, and then I'm playing my old squad. It's because I've always done that, and I always will. I like to play my old team. They're starting off number 21 in the nation, and they should be freaking good. It's going to be a heck of a game. I gave myself Wyoming. I don't know if we've played. I think we played one time when he was New Mexico. So interested to see if I can get with Spartan Dog and get that game in. And then we have a tough conference schedule, man, with number 1, number 5, and number 14. And then number 22, Mid-Tennessee State, an A schedule. Now, the Italian requested an A-plus schedule. I was going to try to give him those to let him play them, but that wasn't going to happen, because I wanted everybody to have at least 1 user game, so I gave him Temple. He's got number 19, number 16 in conference, and number 15. So I gave him number 5 Washington and number 10 Clemson. And no Tulsa. So there you go. He's going to have a rough road at the start of the season, man. Just straight up 7 games in a row. And hopefully he could do all right over there. Oklahoma, he didn't have any requests, so I didn't make any. And he should be, yeah, everybody should be booked 25. Houston, I think that's a realistic game. And then Arkansas State, he wanted to play his old team, try to give him to in week 1, unable to. He's the same way, just wants to play his old squad. I think UTSA for the user. He's got number 3 Texas, and that's about it. Temple, I gave him Georgia Tech, Boston College, and Illinois. Then the Missouri game, and he plays UCF in conference. So I think he's the only guy that has 2 user games. But other than that, it should be a fairly nice schedule for him. UCF, give him Maryland, West Virginia, and Michigan, something along that coastline, as well as Florida Atlantic. Let's give him something a little bit better, a little bit tougher of a schedule. I mean, these teams aren't even ranked. That's all Power 5 teams. So I'm pretty sure he can come out and do what he needs to do to get a nice little win to start off strong, and maybe make a bowl game, maybe make the playoffs, maybe win the conference. I don't know. UTSA, I give him Baylor and Texas. I mean, I think that's real. Like, and in-state, he's been tearing it up. These teams want to play him, so there you go. So Baylor, Texas, and Houston. And Oklahoma was his user game, so he's good there. Just the rest of the games are pretty much easy does it. And then Wyoming, he already had Northern Illinois. I gave him Appalachian State. I'm pretty sure somebody was them at a point in time. They're actually not a bad team. They gave me a scare whenever I played them. That's for dang sure. And then I have been playing myself. I left the Nebraska game because I figured that was a decent game. Didn't want to override it, so we're going to leave it there. But all in all, another season, man. We're definitely looking forward to it. These guys have been chomping at the bit to get the season rolling, and we're more than willing to let that happen. But that's going to be it for this episode. If you guys are new, be sure to subscribe. If you like the video, be sure to leave a like. And I will see y'all next time.